I still haven't quite got my head around the fact there are no other actors, because I keep sort of turning, thinking, oh well, maybe next week the other people that I'm talking to, will answer back, and and I think it's the idea. I also feel a sense of responsibility, like this is beautiful, so I want to do it justice. Then to the memorising the lines, I've never done anything like this, and oh my god, however hard I thought it was going to be, it was way harder. It's I'm still not there yet at all. I sort of pray to have my brain expanded every morning. When I first came to start to learn it, I developed an actor's version of a writer's block, and I was like, whoa, what was I thinking? Someone was saying to me, I don't know how actors do it, and I said, when I'm sitting up in the audience, I look up at the actors and I'm like, oh, I want to do that. That was terrifying. So add that to a one person show, that is terrifying, and I suppose I won't know quite how that feels till the very first night. I think it's only the brilliance of this writing that I thought, I'll give it a go, I'll give it my best go. If I go down in flames, that's okay, because this level of writing is just too beautiful to say no to, and this character is too amazing not to have a shot, to actually recite some of her poems. That's been the most exciting part so far. What I didn't realise was just quite how funny it was and mischievous, and that's one of the things that I love most about the William Lewis script, and why I thought it was a combination of the humour and the naughtiness and this searing honesty, or lightning creativity, and the simplicity of the power of her words. This is too good not to do, even as terrifying as it is.
I think when Don and I were talking about what kind of actor should do this role, I think certainly it's someone who has to be extraordinarily talented with a lot of chops. It also has to be someone who I think who's an extraordinary person in and of their own right. And granted, most great actresses are great people, so there are many, but I think that there's something about Joely's intelligence and her great emotional availability and her ability to be both passionate but very sharp that really felt like Emily Dickinson. Because Emily Dickinson is a very, very emotional, passionate person with this genius intelligence giving the architecture to that great emotional landscape. And I think that's who Joely Richardson is too. So I think if somebody comes in with just a sort of a small familiarity with Emily Dickinson, they're probably going to have their minds blown, because they will find that every fuzzy idea that they had about Emily is really not true. I think when I first studied her in college, I thought, oh, right, spinster, recluse, wrote about flowers, Victorian lady poet, and she was not married, and she was a recluse, and she did write about nature and plants, but that is just the tip of the iceberg, or I should say the tip of the volcano, because when she writes about herself as a volcano, as a loaded gun. Like she is so modern. I mean, she was ahead of her time in the mid-19th century, and she is such a unique, forceful genius that she is timeless. To read her now, to hear her poems spoken now, it is shocking and revelatory in 2014 as it will be in 2099.
I like to say things in the things that I produce, whatever they are, and this this said something about loneliness and frustration and all the things that we all went through and go through. And so I was glad to be able to be responsible. I don't know, I'm just like anyone else, I decided to become a producer. I wasn't trying to be William Shakespeare or create some monument. But if I can bring something and leave some kind of a legacy, then it's like one of her poems, you know, hope is a thing with feathers. Well, I'm going to do Harvey in London with an Englishman playing Dowd, an American. I don't care what you are, as long as you can capture the essence of the character. I don't want to stereotype anyone. Her Britishness is a thing of birth. Her acting is a gift, and I'm looking for the gift. This is a very special play, and it's a special time for me because it's been 38 years since the Belle has been in New York, and there are so many reasons I could give you, which I won't, for waiting 38 years. But the time feels so right with Joely Richardson, and it feels so right with Steve. And I'm going to let him talk now, but I just wanted to, again, thank you and welcome this play, as well as you. Thank you.
I guess one of the things that I was surprised by Emily Dickinson when I first read her was how contemporary she was and how alive the poetry was on the page, and wasn't at all what I thought a mid-19th century poet would be, and then to get to come here every day and work with somebody as wonderful as Joely, bringing that to life, that it feels that and 100 times more so.